Oh, wait, now?
Yep.
Yep, cool. Hi, Michelle. We're C3 Agency. Thank you so much for coming in today to hear us talk about our biobehaviour analysis and recommended media strategy for Kayo. I'm Alex. I'll be kicking off, and then Justin will be speaking, Harshini and Teshi. So before we kick off, I just wanted to run through the agenda. We'll be just doing a recap of the brief. Target market, which we've chosen, is millennial males. We'll then chat through our recommendation on the campaign called Kick It to Win It. An amplification, so where we'll be showing this campaign and airing it to the target market. And then we've just touched on an extension of the campaign because we really want you to walk away today and feel confident that this campaign will continue on to the future and we'll be broadening our reach with other target market opportunities and those who like other sports, really. Cool. So to recap the brief, we know that the marketing objective is to increase brand awareness for Kayo. Recapping the task, we needed to identify an opportunity core target audience and conduct a biobehaviour analysis and then recommend an effective marketing campaign to address the analysis. And just recapping your current target audience of 18 to 45-year-olds. Yeah, we've chosen to go male skewed given that is what your current database are, but really feel it's better to, start on a niche target audience to really set that going and then broaden into other areas such as females in the future. So why millennial males? Well, as you touched on when you presented to us earlier in semester, 70% of your database are males. So this is a really good opportunity for us to just solidify. We know males love sport. Let's get it right with them first before we go into other waters, as I just mentioned. And yeah, heavy consumption of sport, it's a big social thing for them. They want to be up to date to not only know for their own benefit and know what their team are doing, but to engage in social conversations. Yeah, and they love to play it, live it, breathe it, really. And then 25 to 35 have access to discretionary income. This is a big thing that we believe in, given, the younger target audience of 18 to 22, they're generally still studying or just getting into the workforce. They're less likely to be spending, high income, like a high proportion of their income to SVOD services. And we'll be really just sticking to the bare minimum of having Netflix or not even in their household. Sorry, I'm not done yet. Yeah, and we also found out through our research that the largest portion of discretionary income is spent on SVOD services. So this is a great opportunity to show their propensity to actually get on board with Kayo. And we also found out that the majority of their downtime is consumed while they're watching Netflix. So this again is an opportunity for Kayo to leverage. And also, consumption and entertainment is a really big, important thing for all millennials. And this addresses their hedonic needs of, entertainment and pleasure while they're viewing Kayo. Next slide, please. So millennial media consumption. Millennials are actually the biggest SVOD users to date, and they're known to be 9 in 10 of them are known to be multi-screening. So this is a great opportunity for, just for an example, if, a couple are at home and normally they're watching a movie and the boyfriend might annoy the girlfriend and flick the channel to the sport, he can actually just do it on his phone to check the score, or he might actually be watching the game as well as the movie, but that's another story. And millennials are known to use less traditional forms of media. So this is important for us when we were planning our recommendation, which Harshini and Teshi will run you through, but they're heavy online users. So this is really important for us to focus on. And their internet consumption is just growing year on year, and they like to consume their media by online news and TV. Lifestyle changes. We also found some research that the average income for these millennial males is $74K, and that they choose to spend the majority of their income, with their discretionary income, on streaming services. So again, this shows that they're willing to spend the money. It's just getting the product in front of them and making them aware of Kayo. And yes, given the high cost of living in Australia, and particularly now with COVID, people are spending more and more time in their home. So we need to convince them to get on board with Kayo and bringing that into their TV, into their rooms or on the go.
So moving on to the research. So principally, our research uncovered that there are three main exclusive motivational factors that promote disproportionate male participation in sport when compared to females. Competitiveness, risk-taking, and an ego orientation. Next slide, please. Firstly, in relation to competitiveness, the studies we found described how males endorse competition and winning as primary motives for sports participation. With males possessing an innate competitive nature, this suggested their attitude towards sport is often favourable. A tendency towards competitiveness therefore indicated that males seek out sports-based activities in higher rates than females. So overall, this positive disposition indicated that males represent a key demographic for KO to target. Next slide, please. In regards to risk-taking, extensive literature described that from an evolutionary perspective, men are motivated by the psychogenic need for status. In order to fulfill these needs, males increasingly utilize sporting activities that involve the risk of injury and failure as a means to signify their superior traits amongst peers. We also found that a male preference for risk-taking also translated into higher consumption of sports media. A particularly important study conducted in the US identified that compared with females, males identified more strongly as sports fans, possessed greater sports knowledge, and reported greater sports interest. This information illustrated that sports media consumption was substantially more important to males than females, and therefore they represent a more viable target market for KO to focus on. Next slide, please. Lastly, we were able to recognise that a male tendency towards competitive behaviour and the motivation to fulfil achievement-based goals indicated that men were disproportionately ego-orientated in relation to females. So basically, when a person is ego-involved, they judge their ability relative to others and have to demonstrate superior ability or outperform others to be satisfied. Due to an ego orientation, males frequently compete in sports-based activities and consume sports-related media in significantly larger rates than females. Overall, through our research, we were able to understand that the underlying motivations influencing high male participation in sport would result in males being more likely to engage with KO's communications, in turn, leading to higher acquisition rates of KO's service.
Based on what Justin said, men are triggered by the risk-taking factor and their competitive nature. The campaign we suggest Kick It to Win It aligns with the competitive nature of men, which would motivate them to take part in the competition, thus increasing the overall consumer involvement. Collaborative marketing by partnering with brands like Uber Eats and Jimmy Brings, which consumers already use at home on almost an everyday basis, would enable KO to gain cross-promotional exposure with an engaged community. This would enable KO to tap into new audiences over time with consistent collaboration campaigns. As part of our Kick It to Win It campaign, we would ask consumers to record themselves to show off their best AFL kick, and the best 100 videos will have their personal AFL Grand Final football party paid for by all three partners. The aim of this campaign is to trigger the spirit of competition in millennial males. We believe that all of this put together would help KO create a buzz in the market that would get people talking about it, which in turn increases the word of mouth and help KO build their brand awareness. Next slide, please. With regards to the promotion and distribution of the campaign, promoting awareness through television by purchasing the right ad spots to be able to specifically target millennial male based on their watch time would aid in the expansion of reach. Followed by this, social media marketing could be implemented to increase further engagement. We would have to run advertisements on relevant media to gain maximum reach. This would include content marketing through different channels like KO's websites, blogs, partner pages, news channels, and basically all relevant channels that millennial males use to consume content.
Okay, so the first visual is an example of what online advertisements will look like. The creative uses the partners' logos and contrasts the colors of green and black to grab the attention from potential consumers. The ad will also have the website details hyperlinked so that consumers can read more information about the promotion. They will be targeted on websites that millennial males frequently use, which include sources like news.com.au and the Australian Financial Review. The next visual is an example of what social media posts will look like. The art follows the text-image ratio, which shows that the visual has less than 20% of text in order to grab attention of the viewers. The resharing of fail videos will link the humorous nature of the advertisements to the companies of Uber Eats, KO, and Jimmy Brings. These posts need to remain short so that the viewers can grab attention and they don't get bored easily. The competition details will be in the link in the bio where consumers can access more information about the entry requirements, and the posts will be posted around peak times that millennial males view the social media content. The TV ads, so they're going to be around 30 seconds, and which allows them to be shared on TV and also online, which makes it a more cost-efficient campaign. The ad starts out with classic videos of iconic kicks by famous AFL stars, which progresses to current AFL stars. So there'll be a humorous element with fail videos of stars and home viewers, and the slogan will read, "Do your best for an ultimate grand final party," which follows a voiceover about the competition. This aims to entice consumers as they'll be put in a competitive state, trying to achieve better kicks than previous AFL icons. The ads will play during common viewing times for millennial males, which is at night during sports programs and other TV shows. For our campaign extension, we aim to increase the reach and awareness of KO. The competition can be used for other upcoming sports finals, including the NRL, cricket, and soccer. These events all bring people together in a similar way, therefore they'll have the same effectiveness. So overall our campaign will aim to increase brand awareness. Thank you.